Alright, welcome back to my channel. So today is a little different just because if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm really into like health and fitness, specifically health because I have autoimmune diseases like celiac and I recently got diagnosed with Hashimotos last year. And that has caused like such a whirlwind in my health journey because it really messed up my hormones and just like completely derailed me. So I'm just trying to, figure out how to get my hormones back in check and just like make my body feel good again. That is one of the main reasons why I decided to try plant-based at least for a little bit. So this is actually after a week of already doing plant-based. I'm still going to continue it to just see how I feel because I feel like 1 week, just doesn't really tell you much. So I just wanted to intro this video just saying that that was a big reason just to see if it has any help with my Hashimotos. Also, I just kind of got sick of prepping meat. I never thought I would say that. I still like the idea of ordering meat at a restaurant or fish or something, but for prepping every day, I was kind of getting sick of it. And I felt like this was a really good way to try to challenge myself to get more plants in and more micronutrients to see if that helps me. So that's the quick intro here. So now let's get right into my first week of being plant-based. Okay, so here's just about everything I got from the grocery store. There's also some things that's on the side or in the freezer, which I'll show you. I spent like just over $250, which I know sounds like a lot, but a lot of this stuff, like obviously I got way more than I'm going to eat this week, just like some stuff will be good to like have stocked in the cabinets, so I won't have to buy them for like a very long time. But anyways, so I'll start over here. I just got this coconut yogurt, just plain, and then I got a ton of berries. So I got 2 things of blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. I just got 2 things of spring mix, mushrooms, 1 huge eggplant, asparagus, a bunch of different peppers, some Granny Smith apples, those are my favorite kind, Brussels sprouts, a bunch of dates, I know I'm going to be snacking on these a lot, some fennel, which I've never actually bought before, but it was in one of the recipes to throw in, so I'm going to try that. And then obviously I got a ton of beans. Like they're so cheap, so it's actually like wasn't even that much, but I'm definitely going to be using chickpeas a lot. So I got a ton of these. And then I got a few white beans or some black beans, these butter beans, which sound really good. One thing, I crushed tomatoes to make like a tomato sauce as well as tomato paste. And then I stopped at Trader Joe's and got some jackfruit, which I never tried, but obviously like that's like a big vegan thing, to just like throw in some dishes. And then I needed more almond butter, so I got creamy almond butter. I just got the one that's literally just almonds and nothing else in them. But it's crazy because Whole Foods doesn't sell the equivalent of peanut butter. Like their peanut butter always has added oils in it. So I actually had to go to Trader Joe's to get their peanut butter, which just literally has peanuts in it. And then I have a bunch of chickpea banza pasta. However, I wanted to try some, get variety in. So I got some red lentil and then some mung bean, which I've never had mung bean before. So hopefully that agrees with my stomach. I have a ton of spices already, but I feel like this one called for a lot in some recipes. So I got that. And then also we're definitely gonna need more cinnamon eventually, so I got that. And these were the 2 supplements I got, because I know like if you go plant-based, you should be supplementing with B12, so I got that. And then I got a plant-based omega-3. So that's everything over here. Besides, I also just got green tea, which I haven't been doing caffeine, but I don't know, I might have some green tea once in a while. I got some gluten-free rolled oats, I'm gonna be having oatmeal a lot. I got chickpea flour, which is kind of random, but I always have some kind of flour on hand if I want to like bake something, so I just felt like that was good to have, and I think it was on sale. And then for nuts, I got pine nuts to throw in salads, cashews if you make like some cashew dips, walnuts because they're good in omega-3s, and green lentils, which I actually haven't had in a really long time, so I hope I'm good with that as well. So like this stuff, obviously nuts are expensive, I don't have to buy that for a while. And yeah, I really stocked up here. And then the 2 frozen items I bought are literally just wild blueberries. I like getting a huge pack of wild blueberries to throw in smoothies or on top of oatmeal. And then just a small berry blend as well. All right, and then lastly, I got a ton of lemons because I have lemon juice every morning, or I squeeze lemons in my water. And then I also throw them on top of some dishes, as well as limes. I throw like freshly squeezed limes for dressings. And then I got 2 white onions. I probably should have gotten 1 red and 1 white, but it's fine. And then I got a bunch of avocados to match with like chickpeas and burrito bowls and stuff like that. And then I got a ton of bananas because we always like frozen bananas, and then also eating bananas. And then a ton of different sweet potatoes because I like the variety, and all sweet potatoes are good. So that's everything I got. All right, so it's Monday morning, and on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I wake up super early at like 5 a.m. so that I can go personal training in the morning, but now it's around 8:30, and I actually usually don't really eat in the mornings. I wait until like later in the day when I get hungry. I actually have a protein shake every day, but I'm gonna start getting in the habit of having like a proper breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and not just a smoothie for breakfast. So I'm gonna be making oats, and you'll probably see this. I'm assuming you're gonna be making this most days, but I'll just show you the oats I'm gonna be making. So for these oats, I'm just doing half a cup of oats, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed, 1 cup of water, and a little bit of cinnamon. And then all I have to do is stir it occasionally and just wait until it gets nice and creamy. And then I'm just topping it with a spoonful of almond butter, some strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries. Alright, it's now 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna make lunch. So I actually made this yesterday, that's why it's in here, and the avocado is looking brown already, but it's mashed chickpeas, avocado, I chopped up some white onion, garlic powder, salt and pepper, and some lemon juice actually that I just squeezed on top from a lemon. And then I'm gonna cut up some cucumber slices, and then I'm gonna toast some bread. This is my favorite gluten-free bread, it's so good. And it toasts really well and it lasts a while. So as you can see, it's no eggs, dairy, gluten, non-GMO, all that. So I really like this bread. So after the bread was toasted, I sliced up my cucumbers, put it on top, and then I put some of the smashed chickpeas on top. And that's it. So easy and so delicious. So for a snack, I just had 2 dates stuffed with almond butter and some tea. I use basically like lots of my vegetables, so I want to make like a big vegetable medley. So I have asparagus, some peppers, Brussels sprouts, and then 4 different types of sweet potatoes I just threw in a pan. Because I probably won't be using this all in this meal, you know, I just kind of want to like make it to have throughout the week. So yeah, I'm gonna just season this a little bit and then throw it in the oven. Right now it's at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll cook it for like 20 to 25 minutes, depending how soft the potatoes get. And then I've never actually really made lentils, but I want to throw it in this dish, and it's obviously supposed to be a good source of protein and fiber. So I just got this from Whole Foods, and I guess I just like cook this on the stove. So I'm gonna do this, and I'll probably make like 2 servings just to have for another day. And then lastly, I'm going to cut up an onion and some fennel and saute that on this pan because I want to throw that in with the dish as well. Okay, so my onions are done cooking, and then I chopped up some spring mix and put some balsamic vinegar on top. I just like when the lettuce is all chopped up, so I chopped that up. So I'm gonna throw all the vegetables on top. All right, my vegetables are all done, so I added a little bit of everything to here on top of the bed of lettuce, and as well as the onions, some of the lentils, which I actually made a ton of lentils, and then on top I added some pine nuts. So yeah, this is actually a really big bowl. Okay, so for dessert, I just have a banana and then some berries, and then I put some of this coconut yogurt on top. It's just the Anita's plain coconut milk yogurt. And then I'll probably have one of these balls that I made. It's just 5 ingredients that I'll link down below. It was super easy to make, except for when you actually roll them together, they're like super crumbly, so it's kind of hard to get them to stick. But these have been in the fridge since afternoon, so I'm gonna try one of these. And then that's the rest of my night. So this morning I decided on pancakes. So I'm measuring out half a cup of oats, and then I'm gonna blend that up to make oat flour. And then I'm gonna add half a banana, half a cup of water, and some cinnamon. And then I'm gonna blend that all up, and then I have my pancake mix. the last pancakes cooking. Those two turned out really well. I just wanted to show you, I'm really notorious for being a bad flipper, so this one looks really wonky, but otherwise the consistency is actually really good. And then I'm going to top my pancakes with the other half of the banana that I put in the pancakes, some blueberries, and then some natural pure maple syrup, and lastly some coconut yogurt. So for lunch, I'm making this lentil salad from the FiveSecHealth app, which I've been using a lot. So I made the dressing first, which is just balsamic vinegar, some tahini, some Dijon mustard, and some maple syrup. So I'm just going to mix that all up, and then I'm gonna dress that on the salad first, just part of it, and then throw my lentils that I made yesterday on top. And then I also air fried the potatoes I made yesterday to throw on top, so it's so easy to make this meal. And then I throw on some walnuts, and then I put the rest of the dressing on, and then it's all done. For a snack, I cut up some apple, and then I'll probably have one of my peanut butter oat balls too, but they're actually like super crumbly, so I have to eat each ball in one whole bite. So I'll link the recipe, but I don't know, I might want to like tweak it so they stick together better. Like they're fine when I hold it, but I can't bite into it or else it all just literally falls apart. So this night I'm making a creamy tomato pasta sauce. So I have my cashews boiling to be part of this sauce. So I pour all those ingredients into a blender all together. And once the cashews are done soaking, I pour that into the blender as well, and I blend that all up together. And then in this pan, I'm sauteing some mushrooms, some onions that I chopped up the other day, as well as some garlic. And then I also decided to throw in some other stuff in my fridge, like tomatoes, asparagus, and Brussels sprouts in the pan. And then I'm gonna pour the blended sauce right on top and mash that all together. And then you'll actually see me portion this out into 2 portions, so I can have some of it tonight and then some for another day, since obviously it was a whole box of pasta. And then for dessert, I mashed up a bunch of frozen bananas, some vegan chocolate, and some walnuts, and then also topped that on top, and it was so, so good. It's like a nice creamy ice cream. Alright, so it's now Wednesday, and this morning I had a chia seed pudding, which I made for the first time, and I got this recipe off of Sami Clarke's Instagram. She's always kind of posting recipes like this. I figured I'd try it because I never tried making one before. It was super easy to make, and I had all the ingredients in my pantry already. So it was good, but like nothing amazing where I feel like I would crave it that much. Like I feel like I'd rather oatmeal in the morning. But yeah, I just wanted to like give a quick update. I feel like this has been the longest week ever. It's only Wednesday and I've only done 2 full days of eating, but it literally feels like the longest week. I feel like I've been doing this for literally like almost 2 weeks. Anyways, I feel like pretty much the same, not too different. I feel like still kind of distended and like inflamed feeling in my stomach, which I've been feeling for a little while. I mean, it's only been, like I said, 2 full days of eating like plant-based meals, so just obviously give it time. Like when I did the medical medium cleanse, I didn't really see a change until literally the last day on day 9. So just gonna give it time, but other than that, I guess I'll just see you whenever lunch is. So lunch was so easy. I just heated up all the leftover vegetables I had. I made a little side dressing and chopped up some salad and just put that all together, and it was so good. And then for lunch was just these mashed chickpeas, cucumber, gluten-free bread, and then everything but the bagel seasoning this time, which made it, of course, so good. I keep feeling like I'm saying so good in this whole video, but everything was so good. And dinner was just leftover pasta that I made the night before with nutritional yeast and some hemp hearts. And then we snacked on the balls I made the other day, which are actually so crumbly you have to put literally the whole thing in your mouth or else they fall apart. So this morning I made oats again, similar to Monday, except this time I threw in half a mashed banana to test that out because some people say it's good, and it was pretty good if I do say so myself. And then of course I topped it with the other half a banana that I mashed up, but I just chopped up this time. All of the berries that I own, of course, some hemp hearts, and then some nut butter of course, and that was it, and it was so, so good. So for lunch, I decided to have the same thing as Monday, which is just mashed chickpeas with avocado, onion, gluten-free bread, cucumber, and paisley. And then today I decided to have 3 pieces because it was lunch and I was starving and there was a ton of chickpeas. And then for a snack I had Hue Kitchen chocolate. They have so many flavors and it's so good, and it's all vegan and paleo. And speaking of Hue Kitchen, I snacked on their grain-free crackers when I was making dinner because I was so hungry and dinner was kind of taking a while. And then for dinner, I'm making a stuffed sweet potato chili. So it requires peppers, tomatoes, and all those spices, and black beans. So first I drain the black beans and I just give it a quick wash under the sink. And then I baked my potato and then I'm mashing it all up. And then I'm also mashing up some avocado. I'm gonna throw some lime on top and make like a nice guacamole. So once everything's done in the pan with the beans and peppers and tomatoes, I put that on top of the potato with the guacamole. And then I also made a little side salad to get some more greens in with the rest of the beans, peppers, and guac. Then for dessert that night, I just had some wine because Matt wanted to have a nice glass of red wine. And there's Paisley. Then for breakfast, I made some overnight oats the night before. I believe I used one of Sami Clarke's recipes again. However, it turned out so runny. I don't know why for me. Is it supposed to be runny like this for overnight oats? Or nice and thick? Anyways, I topped it with almond butter and obviously some blueberries, and that was it. Alright, so it's now Friday. I was just in meetings literally all morning, so I'm kind of tired. I'm not even that hungry for lunch. It's around 12:30, but I actually just signed up to do a lymphatic massage at 2:30, which is the first time I'm doing it. And so I don't want to have like too heavy of a lunch. I'll probably just make some kind of salad, which I'll show you, but I wanted to show you just like my bloating situation. Like I've actually really been enjoying making all the meals and eating everything, but I like still have like intense inflammation in my stomach. But it's crazy because like I'm not like gassy, I'm not going to the bathroom a crazy amount or anything, like, and I am going to the bathroom like a normal amount, so it's not like I feel backed up or it should be causing me bloating, but I just have bloating. So I'm curious to see if the massage does anything. So I'm just gonna show you like what my bloating is right now, and it kind of looked the same yesterday too. So yeah, this is me like standing up straight, and I'm not sucking or anything, I'm not like flexing out. It's just like this all the time right now. Like I can suck into here, but it takes a lot of work to hold this position. So this is like me just like normal and relaxing. I feel like a lot of pressure right here where everything's just being like pushed out, which is actually kind of like how I felt before the medical medium cleanse. So I don't know, I'm still gonna give it time and see if the massage does anything, but that's just what I wanted to show you for now. I'll let you know about how the massage goes, but I'll just show you like what I end up having for lunch. Okay, so for my lunch, I mixed up some lettuce, and then the dressing I made is the same as the other day, just Dijon and coconut aminos mixed together. And then I have a bunch of vegetables still left over from my salads and stuff I had this week, so it's just a mix of that, which is the lentils, Brussels, sweet potato, asparagus, onions, and peppers. I'm just gonna heat that up and put that in there, and that's gonna be my lunch. And also I want to show you, I made these today. I can't wait to have one later. It's just, this is banana peanut butter dipped in Hue Kitchen chocolate, which is like a vegan paleo chocolate. And then this is dates stuffed with peanut butter, also dipped in the chocolate. So I just made this to have as like snacks throughout the next coming days, and I'm really excited about it. So I just got back from the massage, and it's like 5 o'clock now and it's pitch black, so I can't like show you the same lighting. So I'm just in my bathroom now, but it was definitely an interesting experience. Like you're really exposed on the table. It definitely helped. Like I'm still obviously distended here, but you can see like right away, like I feel like already my bloating's coming back a little bit, but like right away after the massage, like I was a lot flatter, but I feel like I'm now already getting a little bit distended again. But she said over time, like it should go down. So I don't know, we'll see how I feel tomorrow. But I feel definitely better than I did this morning. Like I don't feel like I have water in me at least. Like I feel like that's all flushed out. So yeah, we'll just see how I feel tomorrow. Okay, so for dinner tonight, I'm gonna make this black bean quesadilla off of the FiveSecHealth app. It seems pretty simple, but I'm making my own cheese sauce and stuff, so that'll be interesting. But for like the bean mash inside, I'm just chopping up some green onion, some mushroom, and some yellow onion, and I'm gonna just throw that in the pan, and then I'll show you everything else. So the vegan cheese calls for just plant milk, nutritional yeast, tapioca flour, sea salt, and onion powder. And number one, I realized I don't have like anything but a vanilla flavored nut milk, so that'll be interesting. And then also I don't have tapioca flour, so I'm either gonna use gluten-free flour or I have xanthan gums. So I'm not sure, I'm not like a baker, but I think one of those should work as a substitute. Okay, so I finished the mushrooms, onions, and peppers, and I threw spinach in there too. And then now I'm making the bean mash. So that's just beans that I washed and drained, and then I put water on top, cumin, paprika, and salt, and then I'm just supposed to let this simmer until the water dissolves. All right, I finished my cheese sauce. I'm not gonna lie, it's seeming pretty sketchy to me. It like smells like the vanilla from the almond milk, and it's really throwing me off. I'm not sure if I'll put this in. Again, I don't know if like xanthan gum is the same, so this also might be why it's seeming pretty sketchy, but I don't know. We'll see about this. So the cheese sauce was gross, so I ended up ditching that. Anyways, these are the tortillas I'm gonna use. It's the cassava flour siete. What you do is I'm just gonna like put this down, and I'm gonna layer some beans and then some of the onion pepper mix on top, and I'll just throw nutrition, and then you're supposed to put the cheese on top. I'm just gonna do the yeast instead and call it a day. I was supposed to wait till the water dissolves, but it's taking a million years, so I'm just gonna, these are like already, you know, like mushy, so I'm just gonna do it as is. Alright, so I just finished and I made 3, so don't judge me, but it looks pretty good. I'm excited about it. I just mashed up some avocado as like a guacamole with some lime, salt, and garlic powder. Let's see, this looks actually really good. So I just finished, and I wanted to tell you that was actually amazing. Definitely did not miss the cheese at all. It was so good. And this was all that's left, and I'll probably just like finish this because it's not that much. But I don't want to talk about how I literally just had a whole can of black beans, which is a lot. And then for dessert, I'll probably just have like my dates or banana chocolate things that I did. I already had one and they were so good, so I'll probably have that for dessert. Okay, it's me again. It's Friday night and I just feel like snacking, so I actually cut up an apple, got some coconut yogurt and strawberries. I'm just gonna snack on this tonight. So for lunch, I scrambled up some mashed chickpeas with some salt and pepper on top as like a scrambled eggs kind of thing. And then I also mixed up a side salad because I was so hungry since I skipped breakfast with all like the leftover vegetables in it. And then I also, aside from the chickpeas, I had some gluten-free bread that I toasted and some avocado, and then I also put some coconut oil on top of the gluten-free bread, and it was so good. All right, funny story, it's now 5 o'clock. Like an hour ago, I would try to make the Sarah's Day recipe for these protein balls, and there's dates and oats in here, and then all of a sudden my Ninja just blew out, and I've had it for like 3 years now, so I guess it was time, but I went down the road and now got a new Ninja because I really want to make this, plus I also want to make a black bean burger tonight, which requires a processor, so I got this one. Obviously there's so many options, but I think this one sounded like the best one for me, so yeah, I'm gonna continue trying to make these balls now. So this one came with like a blender. I like having a cup and a blender option, and then there was also another cup as well. So for dinner, I made some black bean burgers off of the FiveSecHealth app, and then I also made some sweet potato fries on the side with some tahini dressing over salad, and it was so good. My friend came over and she also loved it, and I would definitely make it again. And then for dessert, we just snacked on some of those protein balls from Sarah's Day that I made earlier in the day. For breakfast, I wasn't too hungry, so I just had some coconut yogurt with a bunch of mixed berries. And then for lunch, I just had some of the scrambled chickpeas on a pan with gluten-free bread and coconut oil and avocado, and it's so good. I love this dish so much. And then for dinner, I decided to make some buckwheat and mung bean pasta. And then in a pan, I sauteed onions, mushrooms, and tomatoes. And then I washed and drained some cannellini beans and threw that on the pan with the mushrooms, onions, and tomatoes. And then in the dish, I put some pesto and some nutritional yeast. So now we're back. It's been 1 week. It's now Monday, so it's been literally 7 days, and I feel really good. However, I will say that the lymphatic massage helped me a ton. Like, I woke up feeling so much better the next day. I'll put a picture here of me the next day. Like, I felt like totally normal basically, and I still feel really normal even after eating lots of like beans and fiber the past few days. So I feel like I can confidently say that I would still be bloated if it wasn't for the massage. So that kind of, I'm not sure with the whole plant-based thing, like what happened there. So I don't know, I'm nervous to see if I'll get bloated again of continuously eating plant-based, or if my body will get used to it. So I don't know, like I said, I'm gonna continue doing plant-based. And I'm saying plant-based because I want you to know that I'm eating as much whole foods as I can. I'm not trying to eat any processed foods. Like, throughout the week you saw the only processed foods I really had were like gluten-free bread, a glass of wine, barely any protein powder, and like paleo chocolate, which are still like they have still pretty quality ingredients in them, even though they're processed. So yeah, I just want to keep that in mind. But my goal is to try to do 30 days and see my blood work after that to see if my antibodies went down. But I actually had really good lifts throughout the week. Like, I lifted a really heavy leg day that I haven't done in a while, and I had a really good full body day, so it didn't affect my workouts at all. But I'm just also interested to see like physically how it changes my body, because I'm definitely not getting nearly as enough protein as I was before, and I feel like I'm definitely having a lot more fat. So yeah, I mean, I share a lot on my Instagram story, so I'll definitely continue posting when I'm eating there. After 30 days, if I do 30 days, then I'll definitely check my blood work, maybe make an updated video if I see any changes. So yeah, that's that. If you're plant-based or try plant-based, let me know your experience. I'm interested to see how it helped or didn't help your health. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.